Okay, next up, something completely different then, which is the 2CVparts.com Classic Citroën 2CV Championship. Cars are moving on to the grid now. If you've not seen 2CV racing before, it may sound unusual, but these cars are long established, over 30 years of history of this championship, and you've got a real treat coming up. First of all, we'll hand down to the paddock, where earlier on today Ian Waterhouse spoke to a couple of the drivers.
Everybody, welcome down to the assembly area for the 2CV. It's almost time for the guys and girls to get out on track. But before we do, let's grab a quick word with a couple of the drivers. Let's grab Pete Sparrow if we can. Pete, congratulations, pole position. I've seen this, I'm very familiar with this car. It's very quick, isn't it? And certainly with you behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's a good old bus, this is.
Good old bus.
Good old bus.
Am I right thinking you've been working on these for a while?
Yeah, my business runs this car and another one that's here, that one. And we look after a couple of other cars as well. And I've been doing it 32 years.
Wow.
So I tend to know my way around them a little bit now.
You probably know every single nut and bolt on this car, right?
Yes. And it gets a lot of attention because we want to come and do well. I'm very lucky that we get sponsored, so my racing gets paid for. And you've got to put on a good show. So that's what we try and do. But overall, it's really, I just keep coming back to it because the racing's always excellent. So.
It's fantastic stuff. I was there for your 24-hour race last year, and that was quite a show, I have to say. Pete, best of luck for the race.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Okay, cars on the grid then. Impressive grid of Citroën 2CVs out there, and here is your grid. It is number 97, Pete Sparrow in pole position. 2CV racing legend starts alongside number 89, Nick Crispin. Second row, the Proietti father and son pairing, Sandro and son Luca in number 30 on row 2. Row 3, Chris Tovey in car number 49 and 79, David O'Keefe. On the fourth row, 41, Martin Ryman, the ex-Fiat racing champion, and 4 of Mick Story. The fifth row, number 40, Chris Yates alongside Simon Turner in 81. On row 6, number 96, Chris Hall and 72, Matthew Hollis. On row 7, 21 of Mark Grasby alongside 70, Nigel Hollis. 3 members of the Hollis family should be in this race. On the 8th row, 71, John Widowson alongside number 23, Kevin Pope. Then on number 9, row number 9, 82, Andy Donaldson, 67, Ron Mears. The 10th row, 47, Max Wyatt and 28, Lawrence Broadhurst, and 55, Julie Walford rounds out the grid. Now these cars entered under team names, so they can be shared by 2 drivers. A few of these cars will have 1 driver in for this race and somebody else in race 2, because it's the car or the team that scores the points, not the individual driver. And that all adds up ahead of the big race for the 2CVs, their 24-hour race, which takes place at Snetterton. I believe that's over August Bank Holiday weekend this year. It is a great fun event, a great fun championship this is. And the man who knows more about it than most is on pole, Pete Sparrow. 32 years he's been racing 2CVs. He and David O'Keefe, number 79, the 2 Team Lion cars. They're the only 2 drivers in this race who were in the very first race for this championship 32 years ago. Pete Sparrow has won this championship more times than I can remember, and he prepares a lot of these Citroën 2CVs and builds the engines for them. So he's on pole alongside number 89, Nick Crispin, in the DD Motorsport car, the Dayglow red car there. He previously raced the Shed, which was literally painted and wrapped as a shed with wood effect panels. Only in 2CVs. He's got a new car for this year. This will be a 15-minute race. Number 81 there. That is Simon Turner for Tete Rouge Racing. Redhead Racing, that translates as. Starting alongside number 40, Chris Yates, who's driving for a team called Blueberry Muffins. We know not why. The Proiettis, ex-Fiat racer, Sandro in number 92, driving the Team Crisis car this weekend. He's replaced Nick Rhodes in that car. Normally shares with son Luca, who's in the number 30, the Bacon Racing car. Keen rugby player as well, Luca. Okay, then it'll be a standing start. They may not be the quickest cars here this weekend, but they are certainly some of the most spectacular and entertaining. Plenty of slipstreaming to be seen in these Citroën 2CVs with 600cc engines. This will be a 15-minute race. Look out for the Team Hollis cars, the blue and orange, almost Gulf liveried cars further back as away we go for Citroën 2CV Race 1. Pete Sparrow leads them. A slow start there for Sandro Proietti in the number 92 car. Number 72 moving up there, that's Matthew Hollis for the family team as they make their way into Paddock Bend for the first time. Number 47 at the back is Max Wire in the grey Arrow, as that car is known. It's 97 Pete Sparrow who has got the lead as they head up to Druids for the first time. Second is Nick Crispin in the number 89. Sandro Proietti slipped back down the order, not in his usual car. Normally shares Luca's number 30 car there. He's in third. Number 49, Chris Tovey, the dark grey car, in fourth place, the Beacon Down racing car. 81 running a bit wide there over the curb. That's Simon Turner in Tête Rouge. So they head their way around Surtees for the first time. Pete Sparrow leads in the number 97 Team Lion car, sponsored by Sparrow Automotive. Side by side there, David O'Keefe, the other Team Lion car with the number 41. That's Martin Ryman, the ex-Fiat star, in the Twin Snails entered car. They're nicknamed Tin Snails, of course, these cars. The car that put France on four wheels, the Citroën 2CV. What a wonderful sight they make, these cars out there. Number 41, Martin Ryman, side by side with Matthew Hollis in the 72, but it's Sparrow who leads by just under half a second on the first lap. They ease their way through into Paddock Bend. The 52 has dropped back to the rear of the field, I think that was. Oh, and three wide, look at this, further back in the pack there, Matthew Hollis, David O'Keefe and the 41 of Martin Ryman. Ex-Fiat racing champion. Look at this down the inside. 3 wide into Graham Hill Bend. This is good stuff. David O'Keefe runs wide. Nearly bounces off Matthew Hollis. Has to go over the curb. Number 4, Mick Story, is in there as well in the Rosie Racing number 4 car. All of the Story family have raced Rosie over the years. Car number 4. They start to string their way out then, but it is Pete Sparrow with the lead in number 97. They're all over each other. Look at this. 3 wide there. Mark Grasby in the 21 makes it 3 wide. Sandro Proietti out onto the gravel in the 92. He's going dirt tracking. Well, the original design brief for the 2CV said that it had to be able to cross a farmer's field loaded with eggs without breaking any, and that was what Sandro Proietti was testing there. 4 wide. Look at this into Paddock Pen. There's 4 of them wide. Mark Grasby in the middle. David O'Keefe. Number 40 of Chris Yates up on the outside. This is brilliant stuff. As we say, they may not be the quickest cars here, but they are probably the most entertaining this weekend. Mark Grasby, number 21, as his name befits him, an ex-grass track racer, has got ahead of David O'Keefe in the Team Lion car. Mark Grasby, number 21, driving for GR Racing. 81 has dropped behind them. That's Tête Rouge. So Sparrow from Crispin by about 3/4 of a second up front. Luca Proietti is still third, ahead of Chris Tovey in the 49. 92, the Crisis Racing car of Sandro Proietti. As we say, has switched cars this weekend, racing the car normally driven by Nick Rhodes. 5th place is now Martin Ryman, ahead of Matthew Hollis and Mick Story. Here's the 2nd place battle. They're going... This is almost like Legends racing. They're almost bump drafting each other. Chris Tovey has got up into 3rd place in the dark grey number 49 car. All over the back of Nick Crispin's 89, the Dayglow red car for 2nd place. The next group is headed up by Martin Ryman in the classic 41 factory racing car. Also prepared by Twin Snails. Through Druids, they buzz their way through. It's 2CVparts.com classic Citroën 2CV Championship. 2CVparts.com run by Roy Eastwood. He'll be out in race 2 driving the number 55 car, taking over from Julie Walford. Car prepared by Julie's husband Steve. They're running towards the tail of the field at the moment. In fact, she's made her way up to 13th place, Julie Walford. There's a challenge on here for 2nd place. Nick Crispin under fire from Chris Tovey. Squeezes him wide there. Luca Proietti could get in here as well in the blue and white number 30, the Bacon racing car. They're going to go 3 wide, or try to, as they come out onto the Brabham Straight. Proietti goes for the inside. Not enough room there. Nearly gets onto the grass. Chris Tovey surely will take 2nd place here, but they're losing ground all the time to Pete Sparrow in the number 97. Over 10 minutes of this race still to go. Yep, Sparrow, there he is, nearly 2 seconds up now. Martin Ryman heads the next pair with Mick Story. There's number 47. That's driven by Max Wire. the Grey Arrows racing car towards the tail of the field. Here comes Proietti on the inside, and Nick Crispin's gone wide. Through goes Proietti. He's got both of them up into second place. Chris Tovey will fight back. And now Crispin's lost that momentum. It's going to take him about another lap to win it back again, because that's what you need. You've got to keep the momentum up in these cars. They don't touch the brakes very often in these 2CVs. They don't need to. Here comes Nick Crispin, taking third place back again. But it's Pete Sparrow, the Citroën 2CV specialist garage owner, who prepares a lot of these cars' engines, looks after a lot of the teams. He leads the way. Chris Tovey in the number 49, very smart looking grey car, fighting back on the tail of the 89 of Nick Crispin. Just under 10 minutes to go in this first Citroën 2CV race of the day. This is great stuff. There goes Pete Sparrow, the Team Lion car. He's won the 24-hour race at Snetterton many times. There's the next group, and Sandro Proietti's fought back well. He's back up to 7th. There's David O'Keefe, the second Team Lion car. Matthew Hollis attacking him. Here's the fight for second. Nick Crispin all over the back. He's won the momentum back now on the tail of Luca Proietti. There's Martin Ryman, the orange car, ahead of Mick Story in Rosie, the number 4 Rosie racing car. Sandro Proietti in number 92, the Team Crisis car behind him. He had a bit of a crisis earlier, didn't he, running wide through the gravel at Clearways. David O'Keefe, Mark Grasby, Matthew Hollis next in the order. It's a shame this race is only 15 minutes long, really. Of course, they have their long race at the end of the season, the 24-hour race on August Bank Holiday weekend at Snetterton in Norfolk. David O'Keefe under fire from Mark Grasby, the number 21, the GR racing car. 79, David O'Keefe ahead of him, the other driver who was in that first ever race 32 years ago. Matthew Hollis has got ahead of number 40 there, of Chris Yates. That's the Blueberry Muffins car. I wonder if they've got any blueberry muffins baking in the pit garage. Swing their way through. This is the second place fights. Luca Proietti, Nick Crispin and Chris Tovey, almost 3 wide down to Graham Hill. Ben, that's not going to work, surely. Of course it's going to work. This is Citroën 2CV racing. Absolutely wonderful. They're fighting for second, but losing ground all the time to Pete Sparrow. He's 3.5 seconds up there. Enough, a bit of bump drafting there from Nick Crispin, but he's lost out to Chris Tovey in the 49 who goes through. Behind Ryman and Story, 5th and 6th. Sandro Proietti's back up to 7th. So Keith Grasby and Matthew Hollis next. Then Chris Yates is 11th. Simon Turner 12th. Julie Walford from the back of the grid is up to 13th. Then we've got the 96, which is Chris Hall. Nigel Hollis, I believe, is Matthew's father, rounding out the top 15. Still the battle for second rages on. Chris Tovey round the outside into Paddock Hill Bend. Next group headed by Ryman. Here comes Sandro Proietti, the green and blue car. It's Pete Sparrow dominating proceedings, as he so often does in Citroën 2CV racing. One car has gone a lap down there. I think that might be the number 28 of Lawrence Broadhurst, the SL racing car, switching from mechanic to driver this season. Side by side, look at this for a second. Nick Crispin on the outside of Luca Proietti. They're coming up on that back marker. That is Lawrence Broadhurst, the blue car. They're still together here. You can't separate these cars if they're tied together with a piece of string. Fighting it out at the 89 and the 30. Now you have to go wide there. Oh, and Luca Proietti off through the gravel. I don't think it'll bog down. These cars virtually built to go off-road, and Luca Proietti saves it, but he's lost out to Nick Crispin. They encountered the 28 of Lawrence Broadhurst there, where they didn't want to. Now, Luca Proietti, has he got some... Yeah, I think he's got a puncture, quite possibly. Luca Proietti, there's some damage there. I saw some smoke. There's a change further back as well. Sandro, Luca's father, getting past Mick Story. They've gone past Martin Ryman as well. Now, we'll keep an eye on that blue and white car of Luca Proietti, whether he has got some damage there to the underside of the car from that trip into the gravel. There is Sandro Proietti. His old Fiat racing rival Martin Ryman's a couple of places behind him. There is Mick Story in the Rosie Racing number 4. 5 minutes to go, and Pete Sparrow has now opened out a lead of nearly 5.5 seconds over Chris Tovey in second. The number 41 car is going to be taken over for the second race by one of my favourite names I've ever heard in motorsport. The driver for race 2 is Sir Aubrey Brocklebank. Real name, no joke. We'll see him out later on. Number 92, Sandro Proietti, laps 28 of Lawrence Broadhurst. George Broadhurst will take over that car for race 2. Blue flag being waved to him there to warn him the quicker cars are coming through. There goes Mick Story. We've seen Katie Story and Lauren Story race that car in the family team over the years. As the lower reaches of the top 10 come through. Now Luca Proietti is still going in 4th place, so I don't think he's got any damage. Thought he may have punctured a tyre when he went through the gravel, but he's still there. Sandro is farther in 5th. Nice little sideways moment there from Mick Story. You can get a Citroen 2CV sideways, that proves. Here comes Martin Ryman in the 41. You'll sometimes see on the tighter corners these drivers leaning these little Citroen 2CVs round. Really is terrific entertainment. Things settling down now after the frantic early stages, but not for Martin Ryman. He's all over the back of Mick Story. Has a look on the inside. No, you don't, says Mick. Another vastly experienced 2CV racer. See, he's got the folding side window open there, Mick Story, on his Citroen 2CV. So just under 3.5 minutes to go. Nick Crispin, meanwhile, has got back up into second place. He's retaken Chris Tovey. Plenty of fighting further back. Mark Grasby under fire from Matthew Hollis as they come through towards Paddock Bend. He goes through into 9th place. Behind them, Chris Yates and Simon Turner. There's number 55. That's Julie Walford. Started at the back of the grid and is up to 13th in the car prepared by her husband Steve's team. Roy Eastwood, the owner of 2CVparts.com, will take over that car in race 2. And Martin Ryman up the inside into Graham Hill Bend gets the move done on Mick Story. There's Nick Crispin. He's back into second, but they're well behind Pete Sparrow, the Citroen 2CV racing legend. Over 8 seconds clear now. There's David O'Keefe. Now, that was Pete Sparrow, in fact, in some back marker traffic. Apologies there. Who's he coming up to lap? Let's have a look. 82, which is Andy Donaldson, the Regimental Racing car. That's the orange car there going a lap down. Andy Donaldson for Regimental Racing. It says on the driver notes over, Andy Donaldson, the only driver with a bird in a cage in his camper van. Interesting sight in the pits, wouldn't it? 23 there, that is Kevin Pope in the Jelly Snake racing car. Notice the Jelly Snake on the livery there over the roof. And he's got the number 70, which is Nigel Hollis, Hollis Senior behind him. Here's a battle being lapped. 67 Ron Mears goes a lap down. That's Niggle 2K Racing. Where do they get these team names from? That's Citroen 2CV Racing, I suppose. 47 there, the pale grey car, the grey arrow of Max Wyatt. Here's the fight for second coming over the line, just over a minute to go, so I think we are now possibly into the last lap. We may get one more out of it. We'll wait and see if the flag comes out this time around. Nick Crispin still holding off Chris Tovey for second place. There's Luca Proietti 4th, Sandro Proietti 5th. And then this battle for 6, still not resolved between Martin Ryman and Mick Story. There's David O'Keefe. There's Crispin running deep through Druids. Has he got a safe gap here over the third placeman of Chris Tovey? There he is. Tovey bouncing over the curbs. There is Pete Sparrow. We may get another lap out of this. Depends how quickly he gets to the line this time through the number 97 Team Lion car of Pete Sparrow. See as he comes through. Yeah, I think we will get one more lap out of this. Sparrow nearly 9 seconds clear Over the line he goes. Another lap for Mick Story to throw everything he's got at Martin Ryman for 6th place. Second place fight here has got a few back markers ahead of it. Number 82, Andy Donaldson. Things settling down now, really, with the exception of that battle for 6 just coming over the line now. It's going to be a victory for Pete Sparrow, barring any major disaster. His Team Lion teammate in 8th place, David O'Keefe. Now, Nick Crispin's got to get through this little lot. Number 71 there, that's John Widowson in one of the Hollis Motorsport cars is lapped. 47 Max Wire lets him through as well. No problems with the back markers here. Through they come. Sky going rather dark in the closing stage of this race. I hope we're not going to have any of the wet stuff. Number 97, Pete Sparrow, through the final corner. The clock has counted down to 0. About to add to his long list of Citroën 2CV Championship victories in the UK. Here he comes, number 97, Pete Sparrow. A flag-to-flag victory. Over the line he goes. Straightforward win for Pete Sparrow. Second place will go to Nick Crispin. He just holds off Chris Tovey over the line. Good battle between them. Luca Proietti 4th. 5th place a bit further back should be Sandro Proietti. Yes, there is the Team Crisis car in 5th. Who's going to top the battle for 6th? It is going to be Martin Ryman in the orange 41. He just heads home by a couple of Citroën 2CV lengths. Mick Story. Next through will be David O'Keefe in the number 79 Team Lion car. Mark Grasby is 9th in number 21, and Matthew Hollis 72 completing the top 10. We said they were good fun, didn't they? They certainly were. Well done to the 2CVparts.com Classic Citroën 2CV Racing Championship, and well done Pete Sparrow, adding to his long list of victories in this series. Over 32 years of experience racing these cars. And looking towards yet another title this year. Last couple of cars across the line then. Just one retirement in that race, number 45, Michael Fox, the Team Asquith car. Didn't get away at the start, I don't think. Okay, we'll hand down to the pits and Parc Fermé in just a moment, where Ian Waterhouse will be waiting in a second to talk to Pete Sparrow.
Right, welcome down to the pit lane here at Brands Hatch, and I'm here with your race winner, Pete Sparrow. Now, Pete, from pole to flag, you almost made it look easy.
Yeah, no, that went much better than I thought. I got some stiff opposition. I'm a bit of a target at the best of times, but Nick's been going very well, and also we've got Mr. Proietti and Mr. Proietti Jr., who are sort of working together to catch us, but I think they may well have tripped themselves up a little bit. Yeah. They seem to be fighting between themselves, and that just gave me a bit of a space. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have to try too hard for that really. It was, I was sort of gifted really, but yeah, a bit of a boring race for me. But I think it's probably a bit more fun further back. But we're here to do a job, and we've done it.
You want to get the win, don't you? You want to get the win. Congratulations, Pete, because you've got to do it all again a little bit later as well.
Cheers.
There you go. Pete Sparrow, your race winner. I did see Nick Crispin, just stay with me just a little bit longer. I did see Nick running off. Nick, here he is, the man who came second place. Nick, Pete, in the end, just able to get away, a bit of squabbling going on behind him.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? It's very warm, but I had a great battle. There was a great battle between myself, Chris, Luca. I don't know what happened to Luca, he seemed to drop off. I did see some dust in the background, so yes. I didn't know whether it was when we caught a back marker.
I think he might have just run a bit wide. I didn't quite see all of it myself.
And then I think Chris must have had a problem or something, because he sort of put his hand up, beckoning me to come through. But either way, we've still got to find something to beat Pete, haven't we?
Really have to, yeah. But you got a chance later as well.
Well, we can but try.
We can
At least
but try. And you're smiling.
Yeah, of
You've
course.
got a big smile on
You've got to
your
smile
face.
when you drive one of these, haven't you?
You've got to, haven't
Yes,
you? How can you not? They look so much fun.
It is.
You're going to let me take it out one day for a spin?
Yeah, not a trouble.
Top
Not
man.
a problem.
I'm going to hold you to that. It's on air as well. There we go. Cheers, Nick. Nick Crispin come home in second place. I'm going to hand back to your commentator Dave Goddard because the MGs are out on track right now.